everybody, and I want to welcome everyone to this episode of The Booze Geek. My name is Chuck, and I am your host. And before I get started, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And if you like the episode, hit that like button to give us a big thumbs up. And I'm going to thank you all in advance. But on tap on this episode, we are tasting and reviewing a beer from Coedo Brewing, and they are located in Kawagoe, Japan. We have a traveling beer on this episode, a traveling beer from across the Pacific, way across the Pacific. But what's their beer? Well, so from Coedo, this is their Kyara. And what is the Kyara? Well, this is a brown IPL. And what on earth is an IPL? Well, an IPL is an India Pale Lager. Ho-ho, as opposed to an India Pale Ale, an IPA. Ho-ho, imagine that. You see how that works, kiddies? Ho-ho. Anywho, this IPL, this beer clocks in at 5.5% ABV, and although I do not know the IBU, it is made with 4 different types of hops, and those hops are Galaxy, Motueka, Nelson, and Sauvin. So, without further ado, and all the joking around, let's get the party train from Japan started. Here we go. 1, 2, boom, boom. Just a tad of smoke, just a tad. But let's get a nice little pour here. And yep, that should do it. And look at the color. Yeah, it's a light brown, almost a reddish in the light. And what's interesting is that the name Kyara is Japanese for golden brown. So it is a tribute to the color of the beer. But let's give this one a swirl, since we've mentioned the color enough, and there was next to no carbonation on top, so I didn't even mention the carbonation. But let's give this one a swirl, and let's see what we got going on aroma-wise on this Kyara. So nose number 1. What do we got? Oh, well, we got a little bit of citrus. We also have some white grape. Swirl. What else? A little bit of melon. And I'll keep swirling, and we'll give it one more quick nose. Just a slight honey sweetness coming off this. Interesting. Yeah, and not kind of what you'd expect from a beer of this color. But I'm going to swirl one more time. Well, I am swirling. I never stop swirling. I just swirl away. But here we go. Let's give this Kyara a sippity sip. So we're going to prost to Coedo, prost to the Kyara, and prost to Japan. Prost, baby. Sip number 1. I'm going to say this is a medium-bodied beer, but it is definitely on the lower echelon of a medium body. But what do we have flavor-wise? Well, slightly similar to the nose, although some of that white grape is coming through. Some of those citrus notes are coming through. You're definitely getting the malts. There is definitely the malty backbone, which is pushing through. Everything else is one's like, get out of my way, the malts are coming through. But one more sippity sip. What else are we getting here? Yeah, and on the back end, there is almost like that burnt toast bitterness lingering about a little bit. It's not overdoing anything. It's just hanging out around the back. But yeah, a little bit of that burnt toast. Not a bad beer here. I'm going to take one more quick sip. Yeah, I think the balance on the nose is okay, but I do think some of the aromas could be bumped up a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, and also kind of the same going on with the palate. It's got some nice balance. The balance isn't perfect. I think it's better on the nose, but I wish some of those flavors were kind of bumped up a little bit. A little bit more of that citrus, a little bit more of that white grape even. I think that would balance out perfectly with the bitterness lingering on the back end. Now, what would I give this on the pint meter? I think this beer is going in a good direction. I do think it needs a little bit of refinement, though. I'm going to give this beer... I'm going to give this beer a 6.5. Yeah, I mean, I said I do like it. And, I mean, like I said, it's a great idea. It does need to be refined a little bit. I am not going to lie. But, yeah. But I do think everyone should go out and pick up a couple bottles and give it a try. So with that, I'm going to wrap this episode up. I'm going to take one more quick sip. I want to thank everyone for tuning into this episode. And as always, you can follow me at the websites, which are www.pubsavapintin.com, or the blog, which is www.pubsavapintin.blogspot.com. And with that, we will see you on the next episode. So as always, raise that pint. Cheers, prost, and enjoy!